Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Knee Slappin' K-Pop podcast. I'm Sammy. I'm here today with Kayla.
Hello.
And Maria.
Hey.
And we're here for another installment of our best series. This one's the best one, yes.
Yes.
And this is for 2011.
We're real far back in time now.
We're so close to the end.
We're getting there. We're
getting
close.
there.
The end that we have defined for ourselves.
Yes.
The end we've decided upon, because if we go back any further, then we're getting into like it gets murky. Then we have to define what is K-pop first.
And then we're also already putting like 10 years into one episode. So that's also Well, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
But this is 2011, a year getting to the point where we have to cross-reference if we are putting the correct songs in the correct years, because now it gets murky.
Yeah, it's really hard the farther back in time we get, because it's like a lot of music videos have been like re-uploaded, and it's also a little bit questionable what year the song has actually come out in. So it's like, it's hard. It gets hard when we get back here.
We have to cross-reference. If anything gets slightly... We've had to catch ourselves and things. I'm pretty sure we have this all correct.
Yeah.
Like 99%,
but we have already
but
caught a couple we had on the list for the wrong year. So, but if we end up with a couple songs that are like not on the right year, sorry for that in advance, I guess, but it might be, maybe it'll happen.
But the amount of time we've had to cross-reference all this, it's really only this year and next year that's gonna, like this year and the one for 2010 that's gonna be a problem.
Right.
And then everything else is just,
in the same episode, so it doesn't matter.
Go.
Because we're going back to the Wild Wild West era of the early days of
and then you have
K-pop
the fact
on
that
YouTube.
Half of these things are being posted on YouTube, even if they were posted in 2009, they might have come out in like 2005 for all we know. Like we're gonna get into that murky water too.
Yeah.
And then it's hard to Google this stuff, man.
It is.
K-pop was not as well documented back then as it is now.
And it's
not
like
nearly.
our main source of info for this is like YouTube and Wikipedia. So it's not like we really have like the best sources to go off of for this stuff.
And then you have the fact that it's like memory is hard. It's just like, it's a confusing mess.
It very much is.
So we tried our best.
We did
and these are probably this one I think is okay. I think we got that all correct in the end.
Yeah.
But just note it's murky.
Yeah, just note that if something is wrong, it's possible. It's possible something here is wrong, but
look, we're 3 people on the internet. We tried.
We're trying. To start off with our number 10 best song of the year, we have Intuition by CN Blue. This is really
we like this era of
CN
Blue.
Yeah, we're in
CN Blue really did well in their early days, honestly.
Oh yeah. CN Blue, this is like one of they're a lot, like we've talked about them before on lists, like they're still in their like banger era.
Banger era.
Yeah.
Their bangers only era. I also think that this was a very interesting time because we have more bands on this list. I think this was the era of the K-pop band where they sounded like there was a clear distinction between a band and a K-pop group. They didn't sound like each other.
Right.
Where now it's a little bit more like murky and like bands sound like just regular K-pop groups. It's just a lot.
Right. And then like some groups release music that could have come from a band, like yeah.
This is the clear distinction era where like they're both getting influences but just from very different things. Like the bands are obviously being influenced by other bands as opposed to like idol groups which are influenced by like soloist pop artists and all that stuff. Right. And this song is really good. I enjoy it.
It is good. It is one of the CN Blue songs that I think like gets lost just because I think one of the earliest like defining CN Blue songs is always their debut, I'm a Loner, which is, that's a great song, but because this is kind of in the years after that, I feel like it gets lost pretty easily. But it's a banger. It's really good. It is.
And the other thing I think with it is that it also kind of gets lost because it does sound not exactly like, but it's such in the similar vibe of I'm a Loner and also
like
I'm Sorry, which we've had on other lists and all of that. Like that era of CN Blue is very not samey, but like it's got all the same vibe, but this one is not necessarily the one that I think people think of first.
Right.
It's the kind of song where, like, if I start singing, if someone says, oh yeah, I like that song, and then they start singing this one and end up singing I'm Sorry, like, it just transitions through.
Yeah.
That feels like that kind of
song. Yeah, it's like the type of rock is similar. There's, like, a similar chord progression or, like, a similar type of style of song that they did in the early years for a few times.
That's true, yeah.
But, like, I have no complaints because I like that. And they did eventually change it up a little bit, so it wasn't like it was, oh, so terrible. It had a formula, they stuck with it for a little bit, because their debut was, like, particularly quite popular. Like, from what I remember, quite popular.
Yeah, they were pretty big just because they other than FT Island, they were, like, some of the only bands that were around. They were the two bands that were around.
They were the two.
So they were, like, unique and different and interesting. So yeah, their debut is pretty
noteworthy.
I guess, yeah, pretty noteworthy, then also like pretty popular as well.
Yeah.
Number 9. I think quite a fun debut. Although I think we disagree on their works later on, but, you know, we didn't get to talk about their works.
We have a full gambit on their work later
on. Oh, yeah.
The full gambit of opinions.
I kind of disagree with some of that opinion.
No,
but, like,
you like it. I think it's fine. Kayla doesn't like it. We have the full gambit.
Yeah.
Oh, we do have a full gambit.
Full gambit.
This will be interesting. All right, at number 9, though, hopefully you're okay with this one, girl, because it's B1A4 with their debut. Okay. Okay, go. 너에게만 예스맨 뭐든지 다 해줄게. Okay, go. 이제부터 네 거야. I love you. 나는 네 남자야. 영원히 나를 모두 가져. Okay, go. Okay, girl.
So as we said, we have the full gambit of B1A4 overall opinions, which is Maria thinks it's good, I think it's fine, and Kayla doesn't like it.
I really don't like B1A4. This song, I do like this song. Let me say I do like this song. This song is really nice.
I will make it clear, B1A4, I wouldn't say is a top 10 boy group for me, but I have liked their title tracks through some of them throughout the years. Not all. But I'll keep it at that. So.
I don't know. There's just something about, I never... This feels like the B1A4 vibe that I think they should have kept forever, which is just fun and silly and cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They sort of go real sad boy, and I don't think they pull it off as well when they go full sad boy.
Yeah, I don't like their sad boy. I also think a lot of their music past this, I just think it's really dumb. Like, I don't think it's
and
fun.
To be fair, B1A4, I think is more famously known as
dumb.
Having the most weirdest out of left field English lyrics.
They
ever
zoom your heart like a rocket, damn it.
Like a rocket.
Yeah.
I will say that other song, weirdly, that song I kinda think's fine just because that's so out of pocket. It's so weird.
It's not even zoom, it's joom.
I will give them that the bad lyrics are like camp and they're pretty camp.
They're very camp. And then those outfits are also a
B1A4 is great for bad lyrics.
They really, a lot of times when you think of second gen aesthetics and you think of the terrible second gen outfits and people bring all that shit up.
Yeah.
They're talking about B1, like you were thinking of B1A4, because, like, a lot of people dressed fine. Totally a little of the time, but fine. Real out-of-pocket outfits, you're thinking of B1A4.
Yes, absolutely.
Look at them.
And then
even in this, what are they wearing?
They've also got the gambit of,
I don't know what they're wearing.
It's a little bit problematic sometimes.
A little bit. Very second-gen problematic. Still in the era where you could almost excuse it, because it's like, well, they kind of really don't know. Yeah. Especially B1A4 probably really did not know.
Existed, yeah, for sure.
Look, if you're out here zooming my heart like a rocket, I wouldn't be surprised if you also don't know that certain things are problematic if you're willing to say that. But
this song
is
like
fun.
It's also like they're like fake pretending to be a band also in this music
for
video.
like 5 seconds and then immediately drop it, which is very fun.
It's very confusing why that was the aesthetic they went for, is fake band.
They want to trick you there for like the first. They want to be like, oh, there's a band.
Maybe
No.
they got the like CN Blue FT Island inspiration. Oh, look at this.
Maybe they did. They
like,
totally saw the CN Blue FT Island. We're all just like, yes, guys, fake band because there's some rock in this.
Who's to say? But no, overall, the song is just very fun. It's very cute. I think it is one of the best executions of their overall concept.
It's
really so many ways to say
sad that
something's
they do like peek at their debut songs.
It is. It's always sad when my favorite song of a group is their debut song. But hey, sometimes sometimes you just get lightning in a bottle right from the beginning.
It's fun.
It is fun.
It's a fun little thing.
Maybe the next group to do a surprise second gen reunion.
Maybe, honestly, yeah.
I think there's only like
weird.
2 or 3
also,
of them
I also
left
find
in
it funny
group
how their
now.
name
they have
is basically
left the
their
group,
name
but
is
who's
based
to
off
say?
of their blood types.
It is.
Their name
But
is based off
I
their
don't
blood types, which is
I
so
don't know
funny.
how but I also don't know how that whole ended, because didn't like half of Infinite leave Infinite and now they're all back together, so like
no, they
who's
just
to
all
say?
started leaving Woolham. Like
They did start all really, but I think B1A4 ended before that was a thing where you could leave a company but not
B1A4
leave
had
the
a
group.
3-member comeback at some point in time that I remember.
They did.
Yeah.
But it's also like people started leaving and then like going to the military, so it's like who's to say what was going on in that period of time.
Their YouTube channel is still active. They are still posting shit on there. I don't know what that means. It appears like there is only 2 of them now.
Oh.
But hey, I don't know if one of them is maybe in the military, because there's still 3 of them in the banner, but who's to say?
I was about to say, I'm like,
might be in the military, because
I know one of them
might be in the
military.
Probably. So who is to say? But yes, it is possible. We've gotten more surprising surprise second gen
resurgence
debuts.
Comebacks this year, so you know what? It wouldn't be surprising at this point.
It's not the most surprising thing.
It wouldn't
if the
be
next
the most
one was
surprising.
B1A4.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So now we're going on to number 8.
Yes.
So at number 8 we have Teen Top, another one of our second gen resurgences, with No More Perfume on You.
This one's interesting.
Look,
the wildly problematic song.
like
Let's just get
It's
that
a
out of the way.
wildly
Let's get that out of the way.
But here's the thing. I can excuse wildly problematic if it's a goddamn catchy beat.
It is
because
quite a banger.
holy shit, this is a beat. It's
a
a
banger.
And
banger.
also, this
It's
right
so
here
good.
shows that it's basically the Neil show. Let's be honest.
Oh no,
I mean, this
was the Neil era.
Peak Neil era, yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. All of Teen Top was the Neil era.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was
Fair.
Neil.
I mean, there
and
wasn't
his
ever a
backup
point
boys.
when Teen Top wasn't just Neil and friends. But
Look, if people are always like, they don't give anybody else lines, this one person's favored. If they looked at a Teen Top line distribution, they'd keel over.
yeah.
Because dear God, that group
It's like
was
the
Neil and friends.
recent K-pop fans don't know about
They
Neil
don't
and
know
Teen
about the
Top.
second
They
gen
don't
issues.
know about it at
Because
all.
Neil sang this whole song.
He did.
And
Yeah.
but the thing is, it's a banger.
It's real good. It's a really
It's
good
so
song, even though the message of this song is
The message is
absolutely
problematic, but that
terrible.
also adds into the second gen issues of problematic messages.
True. I mean, that's also not like super uncommon for the second gen. Of
So for
K-pop.
people that haven't heard the song, and we're this far back in time where there's people listening to this who've never heard the song
There's
or never
definitely
heard
a lot
of this
people.
song.
Yeah.
What this song is about is essentially about I can't even describe it. It's so funny.
It's
It's
really
also a
quite
problematic
lot.
message delivered in the funniest way possible, because this is also
'Cause
ridiculous.
This is also like Teen Top doing it.
Because it's also about Teen Top, the group Teen Top,
Teenage
the boys
Evil
of
Boy
Teen
Emotion,
Top.
the next
Yeah.
whatever,
cheating
Exactly.
on their girlfriend, and then making
Yeah.
sure both of those girls wear the same perfume so they can't, like,
So they can't know
so
that
it's not
they're
a
cheating.
scent issue.
Yeah.
I think that truly speaking, the
Yeah.
scent's gonna be the least of their problems of how you're cheating with somebody,
Yeah.
but it's the group Teen Top in the year 2011
Yep.
looking the way they do and
Yep.
being like, nah, I'm a badass two-timer
Yeah.
and gonna sing a song about it.
It's
Specifically-
literally
it's
quite
specifically
hilarious.
Neil,
So
because
camp.
it is the Neil show. But
Specifically
Neil
Neil.
singing that in particular also very funny.
Neil
Yes.
with his what appears to be almost crimped hair.
The Neil hair has always been
Yeah,
It's
pretty
a
something.
much.
lot. And yet, I also think that's why the problematic messaging kind of works in this song. It's because it's so ridiculous.
It feels like
so
a joke.
stupid. It's
It
a
feels
joke.
like it's not serious.
It
yeah.
feels almost like a self-aware joke. Like they're they're like, no, this is ridiculous. Like if you gave this song to like, I don't know, 2 p.m., I think
Right.
it doesn't work. I
Then
think it's too
then
real.
it's a little weird.
It's
then
too
They
real.
come off probably like a little bit predatory. Like that.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
little weird.
You give the song to the wrong group. You give this, I think, even to like a Beast. I'm like,
yeah.
this is
Ooh,
weird.
It's not good. Yeah.
Teen Top? Please.
Mm-hmm.
Please. This is hilarious. I've always thought the song is in a way it's a big guilty pleasure, but I feel no guilt because it's a banger and also it's almost camp in how
It is.
ridiculous
It's pretty
it is.
camp.
This
It
is a
is.
joke song.
It
feels
literally
like
is a joke.
It is. But,
I
they,
just
but
like
again,
how
like
Teen
any
Top
good
just-
joke.
It's just the idea too of just Teen Top just singing about I'm a scumbag and look at me in my bright colored shirt. I'm
And
a
here's the thing,
scumbag.
and in the best way, like any good joke, they take it like in the song, they're serious. But
Yes.
like
Oh yeah.
you can tell that there's it's so bouncy. It's so fun. If you don't know what this song's about, it's a banger. You just you have a good time with it. The video also hilarious.
Video's really
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
Teen Top does not look like they are old enough to be in a club, much
No.
less be flirting with a girl in a club.
Also, it's just like the way it's shot is so early 10s and also just the set pieces.
Oh, yeah. The outfits.
acting,
Oh god, the outfits.
Oh,
So
God.
early 10s. It's
Yeah.
so
Yes.
funny.
It's so funny.
I also think this is the benefit of having Neil front and center
True.
because it's like the song Perfection with Neil.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun. And here's the thing. We've talked about songs with problematic natures on our bad lists. And here's
Yeah.
the thing. This is problematic a bit. But I think there's a way to make a song like this. Like, there's nothing about this song feels malicious.
Yeah.
Nothing about this song feels serious. And also, nothing about this song sounds like shit, which is why a lot of those songs end up on our worst list.
Yes.
So, like,
If
that's
it's
the big
problematic
thing.
and it sounds like shit, that's really where you
You
get
got a
it.
double whammy right there.
Yeah.
But that is Teen Top's No More
No More
Perfume on You.
on you.
God,
Yep.
that is gonna be
Yep.
a unlocked memory in some people.
I know. And I
'Cause
hope
who
if you've never heard it, go listen
Go
to
listen
it.
to it.
But also read the
Honestly,
lyrics because reading the
do
lyrics
so
is
just
part of
It's
it.
Or
funnier. It's
it's funny.
funnier when you know. Honestly, the song is better when you know what it means because it adds a layer of comedy to it.
It
I
does.
think.
It does for sure.
Like I do think that like there's songs where I don't care what it means. The meaning adds. It adds a
does.
lot.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Alright.
I like how long it takes till you finally hear someone that's not. I think it's Neil and Chunji are the two people you
yeah,
hear.
before you hear
I think
not
it takes
Neil
a
in the
solid
song.
2 minutes before you hear anyone else. And there's 6 members of Teen Top.
I'm
at this
pretty sure
point.
Chunji is also the main dude in the story that's like,
I
I'm the
think so.
cheater with
He's
the
the cheater.
girls.
But
Yeah.
he's like the sub vocalist in this whole situation.
Yes.
And then I
yes.
think it takes 2 minutes to hear the other 4 for
Yeah.
maybe
Or,
a
like, the
solid 20
secondary
It's
seconds.
until
main
the rap
vocalist.
comes in, really.
Which I think is like
Whatever
2
that
minutes
is,
in. It's
yeah.
like it's a late edition rap.
Right.
It's very funny. Also, just want to
Alright.
add that because it's very fun.
It's very fun, yes. Alright, so at number 7, we have Sistar 19 with My Boy.
Oh my
Another song that's like an unlocked memory for some people. Didn't realize the song came out so early.
So early.
The
Like, I
career.
definitely, like, it feels wrong for this to be a 2011 song. Like,
yeah, no, this song also kind of doesn't sound like
correct.
a 2011 song. It feels like it should be like a 2013, at least like a 2013, 2014 release.
Yeah.
It feels like weirdly too modern for its time.
It does.
Because, like, weirdly, it feels too simple for 2011, I feel like, was just insane and ridiculous. Mm-hmm. This song feels too simple for that.
In a way,
though I think its simplicity is its strong suit.
Simplicity is also sometimes what we need in K-pop.
Oh, yeah. It takes a lot to show restraint in K-pop. Especially really in this era of K-pop. I don't think restraint... This was the era of, I think, K-pop maximum... I think we're coming back to it now, especially. But, like, this was K-pop maximalism. It's smaller budgets, so it's not as ridiculous as it is now. But, like, this was, I think, the era of K-pop maximalism, but in their budget.
Yes, yes.
And this song is very simple, and I think it's actually, like, greatly benefits for it.
Mm-hmm. Sister 19, a sister subunit for everyone who didn't know that. It's
I mean, it's a sweet little song. They're doing body rolls for days.
Oh yeah,
they're doing body rolls for days.
I remember when this was the song to cover because it was one, very simple, and two, it just made all the K-pop boys have to body roll, and everyone was, and it was a very easy way to get a joke out there.
I wouldn't say the dancing was that intense. It was like easy, catchy dancing.
And I think that's the
like
that
this right here is the precursor to TikTok right here.
But the other thing with it, I think it is the added thing of having restraint and simplicity to a song that, like, this is a very chill song. If you go over the top with it, it kind of turns into, like, a bit of a disjointed mess. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a time for, like, just a real chill song about your man. Have a good time.
And this song isn't, that different from, like, what I feel like Sistar as a group would release either. It's pretty similar in concept, but it is still very fun. And it's just a good song.
It's a good time. We talk about Sistar a lot on this channel. I've sort of run out of more things to say about
it. There's a lot of groups that
it's Sistar. They got the sex. They had the sex appeal. They had the body rolls.
They got the body rolls.
Also,
hits. Another song that I will continue to say: why don't we cover a bigger variety of songs when we do songs? Mm-hmm. This is such an easy song. If you're slightly older and you're gonna audition for a show, do this song. Right? You won't look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Because you don't have enough people on the stage. Just do this. Bring it back. Also, I feel like the judges would love it because they're like, it's a throwback. These kids actually know what they're talking about.
Sometimes I feel, though, like, the judges on these types of shows would be mad because they're like, oh, you're not in with, like, the recent trends or some shit. Like, I feel like
it's a 50-50 depending on who it is, because you also have the option of, hey, it's a throwback. Maybe they actually know who some of these groups are. So it's like it is 100% a 50-50.
Yeah.
Because also, we're getting to the point where they're still covering, like, Shine, and by this point, Shine's almost 10 years old, Shine's getting old, too.
It's old. It's how many years?
This is even older, but still.
7 years old at this point?
Yeah. A lot of the very iconic songs, like, they're still out here covering Boy in Love on half of these shows, and that song by this point is also 8 years old?
I think it's
8 or 9. 8, I think.
I think it's 9, 8 or 9, yeah, one of those. It's old, is the point.
How old is The Boys? We were talking about it the other. We keep talking about The Boys, but The Boys
like
is
2013, 2014?
Exactly, that's almost 10 years old by this point.
10 years old, yeah.
It's getting, like, if you're gonna go to 10-year-old songs, give us some variety.
Yeah.
And if you're only gonna do recent ones, also give us some variety. I don't need the 15th cover of Thunderous that I've heard.
Ugh.
Sorry, can you tell Kayla and I have been watching too many survival shows this year?
There has been an absurd amount of survival shows this year, and it's been too much. It's really reaching the limit.
Moving along. All right, at number 6, finally. Oh, actually, I don't know about finally. She might have been on our list prior. I don't think so.
She has been.
Blooming.
She has been. So, finally, we got an earlier version of this lovely artist that is an icon of all times in Korea at this point, for the most part. For the most part, she can do no wrong as of right now, knock on wood. But anyways, it is IU with You and I at number 6. Woo.
You say that, Maria, and yet we are the cursed podcast that says something and then the next day is proven wrong. So
well, we'll find out.
We'll see what IU does tomorrow.
I knocked on some wood, so we'll see.
We say things and we're immediately
she could
proven
announce
incorrect.
a full album for all we know.
Something's gonna happen tomorrow with IU.
I mean, Taylor Swift announced another remake album recently, so
she did in 1989 Taylor's version. We can't get onto Taylor Swift again.
Nope,
We've already had too many Taylor Swift tapes.
I mean, whenever IU comes up to Taylor Swift,
no, we don't need to talk about Taylor Swift when talking about IU. Those two people have never met.
Nope.
Never. Nope. To my knowledge, they have never met.
I'm kidding. I'm being sarcastic.
Right.
Anyways,
IU.
Love her.
IU's great.
Such a cute song.
This is not early because IU's been doing this for forever.
For a really long ass time.
Really long. This is like early IU.
Second big hit, I would say.
Second one, yes.
If you've listened to our literally episode, you would know that as well.
That's the pit. Again, it's a very sweet song. It's not I like it. It's very cute.
It is.
It's maybe not in my top favorite IU songs.
Right.
But that's also just because IU has so much music. I don't know how controversial of an
opinion is, but I really like IU's more recent music a lot.
Same.
In comparison to her this really earlier this era type music, which is what got her popular, and they're good, but I just like her other stuff better.
I think a lot of her newer stuff seems a little bit more in line with my taste, and also just seems a little bit riskier, if that's a way to say. I don't think IU's particularly a artist that takes a lot of risks, but they're a little more varied as opposed to this era of IU.
Exactly.
Also, I want to give a shout out to the MVP of this music video, which is that goose.
The goose. Oh,
I love that goose. That goose is the MVP of that video.
We do love
also,
that goose.
can we talk about the set design? Immediately one of the better sets to see from
I've
this
also
era
said that
K-pop.
This is the era of K-pop maximalism, and this for IU is maximalism.
Oh yeah,
they made essentially a K-pop TARDIS situation.
They did.
Yeah.
In the middle of what
there's a bunch of
knickknacks
knickknacks in whatever her room she was working in. They have the big giant
There's weird contraptions that spin and do God knows what, but just spin.
Yeah.
You know. It's very cute. It's very well done.
Oh yeah.
It's 8 minutes long and I don't know why.
Very long, super long.
We were watching it.
And we're just like, what are we doing for 8 minutes?
And you want to know what it is? Because the video stops it. Because you have a little intro, but that intro is only like a minute long. I figured out there's 2 minutes of credits on that thing at the end.
It's long.
That's what it is, and I think that's too many credits.
No, yeah.
I get wanting to show the credits, but also 2 minutes on a 3 minute, 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes long. It's a little much.
It does not need to go at movie speed. You can speed it up a little bit. Just scroll them through. I can pause it if I need to read the names.
Mm-hmm.
But for the song, it's very cute. I think it is because it's sort of an extension of what she had been doing. Like, Good Day, I think, landed so well that this sort of does a little bit feel like Good Day Part 2.
Yeah.
But not as a copy kind of way, just in a continuation of like, hey, if it works, it works.
Similar type of sound, yeah.
Yeah. And I do think I do like Good Day more than this one, I would say.
Right. Mm-hmm. But still a good song. Not to say
very
that
good.
Mm-hmm. You and I is
nothing against
song.
IU.
Yes.
Love her. She's still killing it.
Mm-hmm.
This long into her career.
Yes.
So at number... What are we at?
Number 5. Yep.
At number 5, we have a song that, honestly, Kayla and I did not know the name of this song until we made this list. We knew the song. We did not know its name. So at number 5, we have FT Island with Like Birds. So, for a very long time, this song, for some reason, didn't really have a title. Whenever I would listen to it, it would have a Korean title.
Right.
And I just knew, and it's, by this point, it was so old, I didn't really, like, I would listen to the song.
Right.
I just never cared to go figure out what its English name was. Turns out it's Like Birds.
Yep. I also know because SF9 covered this song on Dancer Band, but I also didn't process that this was the name of the song when they did that, because I don't actually know if they ever called it Like Birds. They might have, but it also just feels like not the right title for this song.
No.
Like, it feels
No, not at all.
that shouldn't be the title of the song.
But it's a banger.
No.
Also,
It's
this
a
song
banger.
kind of...
Another band
It is.
banger this year.
A different kind of just, like,
Different.
not a true, like, banger,
Not a banger,
but a
banger.
banger.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Yes.
It feels like a very fun, like, road trip song. Like, it feels like an OST song in
It
a
does.
weird way.
It does.
In, like, the best way. Not in it, like, in the best way possible.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like a fun little, almost like a little road trip song.
Yeah.
I mean, what more can we say about FT Island? They just keep coming up
already. Yeah.
They just keep coming up. We keep liking them.
FT Island just
They
shows
keep
up.
making bangers.
Here,
They're making
they do.
bangers to this day.
Yep, they're coming back. They might have.
Thank
Will
God.
they have come back by the time this episode came out? Probably.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
think.
because they're coming back in September. This is like
Yep.
end of September. So yeah.
Yep.
If everything goes according to plan, they will have come back. It's probably gonna be
FT
great.
Island now a 3-person band because we have established that's all we need for a band is 3 people.
That's all you need. You need
Or
the same
if you're
3
21
people.
Pilots, you need 2 people, I guess.
Is 21 Pilots a band in the traditional
Technically
sense?
speaking,
Your Panic at the Disco all
They're
you need is
band.
Brendan Urie.
Panic at the Disco,
so-
all you need is one
Apparently.
person to be a band, so...
and then some backup people.
Look,
Has
this is
he
what we've
retired
learned. You
that
don't
name
need
now,
many
though?
people to be a band.
No.
You just need you need the spirit of a band.
You need a
if you will.
bassist, a drummer, and a singer if you're going to be a K-pop band. That's what we've
That's-
established is the 3 essential members of a band.
That's all you need. Banger.
Banger.
Like Birds. I still don't know where the title is, because I don't think that's the...
I don't know. I don't think I've ever looked at the lyrics for this song.
I
So
don't think so
maybe
either.
this song is about some metaphor for birds. You know, that's a
Maybe.
thing. I don't know.
I don't think I've ever... Look, the song's good. I don't think I've ever looked at the lyrics. This is not a song where the lyrics...
Where the lyrics make
elevate.
a difference. Yeah.
No. There's only one song on this list that works for, and that is
yes.
for very different reasons.
Yes.
Mhm.
But yay, FT Island.
Hooray.
Yay.
Number 4, we've got another, unfortunately, a mainstay on these good lists for quite a while.
But this one's at least a good
quality
song.
of the music.
This one's catchy.
Look, these people are on here entirely for the quality of the music and not for the content of their character.
Absolutely not. Because at number 4,
As we have to say every time.
we have to make the disclaimer every time. At number 4, we have Super Junior with Acha.
And yes, this is the same year as Mr. Simple. Acha is better.
Acha's
Fight
better.
me.
Acha's also forgotten a lot.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
So most of the time.
Acha, I think technically is
way
a better
better-
song.
it's a
However,
way better
Mr.
song.
Simple's the more
It's a
iconic
way
one.
better song.
But
And we're
Acha's
here for the
probably better
quality of the
song.
music, not for the
Yes.
popularity of the song.
I get that
This-
Mr. Simple is better in kind of like in a weird
Meme?
TikTok dance meme
Yes.
type of a way.
But this song's just a banger.
Acha's
It's
a
got
better
energy.
song though. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yes. We continue to keep having... Weirdly, Suju might come out of this as, in terms of only numbers,
Yeah.
our favorite SM group. It's like highly contested.
It's
Them and
really
Shiny.
unfortunate that that's
It's
where
really
at.
unfortunate. They're above everybody. Like, the only 2 people that are consistently on this list are them and Shiny, and
Yeah,
that's insane.
somehow.
to me.
Donkey and Unhyuk in
Somehow
particular are
Super
winning.
Junior's more
this list.
consistent.
Donkey and
on
Unhyuk
here.
are also
winning.
on here for many a time. Oh no, I think I figured out someone who's on here more. Taemin has 2 solo songs on here.
Oh, good.
Honestly,
We might-
good. Honestly,
Good.
glad that it's not Super Junior.
Look, I'm doing a lot of statistics for our best and worst of all time,
Nice.
just to give us just to give an evaluation of our music tastes. It's going interestingly. I don't have all the data yet, but it's already hilarious. But no,
it's data.
back to Super Junior.
Yeah.
Look.
Super Junior. They were on a roll
bangers
at this point.
They were.
I mean, they was making
pretty much on a
bangers.
roll.
Early Super Junior, so good. Like, really a lot of bangers came
Insanely
out of
good.
early Super Junior.
Like, to the point where it's like, how? How
Right.
was it so good? Like, because, like, this is
Unfortunate
such
that
a
it's
large
not good.
group.
Yeah,
And they-
we're at year 6 with them. This is year 6 for them about, so
I mean,
that's wild.
I mean, let's be honest, this is year 6 for them, but we're on year, what, 18, 17?
Yeah.
Like, it's been a while with
Mhm.
them. Because
God, they're almost turning 20. They're gonna be 20 years in 2
I
years.
don't-
of Super
Fucking
Junior.
Don't like that. Don't love it.
Wild.
No. Insanity.
Honestly, if you haven't heard
Very
Acha in a
insanity.
while, go and listen to Acha.
Yeah.
Banger.
There's a chance people listening to this have never heard Acha before. Because
There's a
no
big
one
chance. Because
remembers
if it was
but
if it was Mr. Simple, I would think yes, you've probably
people
heard
would
of it.
know, Yeah.
Acha, maybe not. Acha is an underrated one, I think, in the Suju discography. This is mostly all of Super Junior
Well, at the time,
at
yeah.
the time, because I think this is
Because I'm pretty sure Kangen is still in
Kangen-
the military.
no,
at this point.
Kangen. I think at this point is in the military due to his
Yes.
first DUI,
Yes.
and then obviously, by this point, Hanggang is left. But I think everybody
Hengen's
else
left,
is here.
Kibum left, and then I think the other, whatever it is, 10 or whatever are remaining at this point.
I believe
Someone's
that
here.
everyone else is here.
Yeah.
That's the other thing
So,
with
yeah.
Super Juniors. You do have to check every era of like who's here, who's not here.
Yeah,
It's
honestly,
always
I
a
think
question.
it's really only the second and the third album releases are the ones where they have, like, everyone pretty much around.
Number 3.
Number 3 is a group we speak on a lot,
Yeah.
but
We
never
do.
really for their music.
Yeah.
True.
Because at number 3 we have JYJ with Get Out. So this would have been after the whole situation,
Yep.
but very soon after the whole situation. Come back for the worst list to hear more about the whole situation.
That's gonna be an interesting discussion.
Look.
Especially...
Look, we're here to make waves, not to be popular.
I don't even know if it's
Yeah.
making
But-
waves. It's genuinely a terrible thing that happened.
It's genuinely a
Like,
terrible thing that happened,
Yeah.
but also I think its placement is to make
They
waves.
reference it in the BTS book
They
indirectly.
We'll get to
or
it.
directly.
But
yeah.
this is JYJ post the situation free. And honestly speaking, this might be controversial. JYJ has the 2 best members of TVXQ in it.
Yep. They
Of
do.
course.
2 most talented
I
members
don't think
of
that's
TVXQ
controversial.
left
I
that
think a
group.
lot of people would agree with you.
Honestly, I don't know anymore because TVXQ
Well, besides
is so
Yuchan.
like,
Yuchan's there, and now he's a druggie and probably is still in
who's
jail,
to
but
say?
don't know
I
what's
feel like
going
there's
on
more
there.
people that will defend TVXQ for everything that happened than will talk about JYJ in any capacity.
This is true.
But I will say, Jaejun and Junsu were the 2 most talented members of that group by a mile.
I think a lot of people would agree with that based on singing
Fair.
ability.
And honestly, if you've never looked up the music that was made by JYJ,
Please.
the group, banger.
I feel
if
like
this was-
most people should have at least heard Backseat by this point.
I say that, but
Like,
Backseat's
Yeah.
like 10 years old at
Right.
this point.
It is.
The
I mean, it is
K-pop
hella
children
old,
don't know.
but it's like so iconic. Like,
It's so, but that's to us, Kayla. I think that but Get Out, I
Get
would
Out.
not be surprised
There's
if
no
one's heard it.
chance people hear Get Out, but I feel like if you're gonna hear a JYJ song, it's Backseat.
It's probably
Like,
Backseat, yeah. No, Backseat they may have heard of. Maybe they think, but like Get Out, banger. I will say that there's one thing that JYJ knows how to do, and it's desperation.
true. I mean, that is
Desperation.
fair.
Not in their I'm talking like conveyed in a song.
Mhm.
And also conveyed in reality. That's a separate
That
issue.
also that, but that's a separate
These
situation.
boys are out here fighting for their lives in this song.
Yeah.
And in real life. I
Mhm.
can't keep making them jokes. That's not okay.
I mean, it happened. Like it happened, and they got
It happened
out,
like
which
15 years ago.
long-ass
Is
time
it
ago.
long enough ago that I can make jokes?
I mean, it feels like they kind of won that situation. So like, I mean, it's not bad. Like.
They did win and then got blacklisted, and technically only now has Jaejung been starting to come back onto actual Korean television. That's insane to me.
We love that.
They won that lawsuit and was still blacklisted. Fuck SM Entertainment.
And their terrible we hate SM Entertainment, yeah.
There's a deep-seated anger to everything SM Entertainment's done, and it kills me that we have to keep putting them on this list because they make good music.
And we've done so much scandal-related content too that it's like we always will come back to the TVXQ JYJ situation because it is
a fundamental moment in this industry.
It's such a defining K-pop moment though, and it's like it's hard to like really talk about K-pop without acknowledging that entire situation to begin with, especially when we keep talking about both JYJ and TVXQ in particular. So.
Oh, absolutely. Like, you can't talk about this industry. It is a core moment. Like, there's core moments in this industry, and this is one of them. Mm-hmm. These three people are, honestly, should be icons.
Yeah.
And I feel like they have been...
Well, maybe like, Yoon-chan, I don't know.
Yoon-chan, not so much. But two of them should be icons. And I feel like they have been so pushed to the wayside because of just the steamrolling of SM Entertainment, generally speaking. Yeah. That, like, they won, but not, I think, in the way that any of us hoped they would.
Yeah. Right.
And, like, not, like, all three of them have sort of done, like, different thing. Like, there's been scandals with all of them. Mm-hmm. But, like, in terms of just the situation, I do not think that they deserve to be blacklisted for wanting to get out of what literally got defined as a slave contract.
Yep. And that literally had to redefine the entire K-pop industry as a whole, so...
Wild. But no, this song, you could always tell that JYJ wanted to be making music. Mm-hmm. And there's always just so much passion in it.
It's unfortunate for them that
it is.
The situation had to happen, but they make bangers of music, what can we say?
I know. It's good all around.
Banger music, man.
Mm-hmm. This song is, honestly speaking, if you go listen to one of these songs and you've... Because this is probably the group that we've talked about that I think everyone knows in K-pop, but, like, maybe has never heard, never thought to go listen to. Go listen to JYJ.
Yeah.
They're so good.
They're real good.
I wish we could have. We almost had Backseat, but Backseat got cut because Backseat was in a
I think it was a year that was too difficult, yeah.
Yeah. And also listen to Jaejung and Junsu's solo stuff, because that's also really good.
They make great solo music.
They make a really good solo music. Better than anything the other members of TVXQ were making when they went solo.
Absolutely.
By a mile.
Not even close, yeah.
At number 2, we got Kara with Step. Definitely so 80s synth coded. Yes, inject that shit into my veins. Let's go. I love this. Everything about it. So hype. So much fun. It's a party. We're just having a grand old time out here. It's just great. Cool set pieces. They really did step it up, you could say, from previous releases. But yeah. I don't know. Anything else?
It's really good. It's good. It's such banger of a song. I think the music video is also, it's really simple, but it's also super fun. Like,
it's a lesson in K-pop maximalism, but also restraint.
True.
It's restrained maximalism. Yeah. Because this song could, this, can you imagine they would have gone
that sounds like an oxymoron, honestly.
But here's the thing. This could have been a mess of a video, and we've seen messes of videos where they throw... Song already has so many colors. It doesn't need 18 other set pieces,
the styling
which it could have
is
had.
Also very colorful, but like it is. But it's like there's restraint.
Can you imagine if the backgrounds were also as colorful? It would be a migraine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think that there is a balance that they hit, and I also think that look at our worst list when it comes out next week to compare, where we see K-pop maximalism with like
the worst
good ideas behind it, and then everyone else, which is like most of what was happening in a lot of the second gen era. Because second gen weirdly just spent money, and I don't know where it got spent. Because they kept saying everything was expensive, but I'm like, where?
Yeah.
I keep thinking to the Destiny video from Infinite, where they're like, it's the most expensive K-pop video of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Where? Where on the screen? Show me where the money is on the screen.
At the time,
Where?
I imagine that there's probably more expensive K-pop videos since then.
Now, but I'm saying at the time. Even at the time, it didn't look like the most expensive video of all time. I'm saying second gen spent money, and I don't know where it went.
But it's like, did we spend the money in a way that was smart? Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, number one.
Number
one.
Our best song.
Also a legend, an icon of our times.
Best song of 2011. At number one.
The song that saved this group.
We have. It did. It really did.
It really did.
At number one.
Infinite's
Be Mine.
another Infinite song where people very much do not remember the music video.
No.
Only the dance practice.
I mean, a lot of the Infinite music
Not
Not
even
even the dance practice,
for
just the
Infinite.
dance version of the video.
Well, let's be honest. Infinite music videos don't make any sense.
They don't
and
make
also aren't
sense.
that
They don't.
good,
Not
to
very
be
good.
honest, Willem Entertainment.
But,
They're
like,
not that good.
But Infinite choreography, really good.
Very
so
good.
That's why
Very
the most viewed
iconic.
versions of their music videos are the choreography version.
And honestly speaking, it is a more coherent viewing experience.
It is.
Because weirdly, they're also not shot very well.
No.
Infinite's music videos.
But,
So that's
this is
all a
also
Willem
like
problem.
This is like the early 2010s, so it's like pretty
So
low
everything was
quality
shot
all
like shit?
around. Yeah.
I'm not even talking like quality. I'm just talking like camera angles and shit where like, what am I looking like? I can't decipher what this is. Willem Entertainment.
It's a lot.
Though I do think that the dance version of this is shot very well. I love like mostly sepia tone but pops of color. It's a good time.
Mm-hmm. There's like pops of blue that appear throughout the
Pops
black
of blue,
and white parts.
like some like minor pops of red.
Yep.
It's a good, mainly in like Sungjung's one shirt.
Yep. Of course.
Really that.
This song, for people, who don't know, saved Infinite from disbanding because they were gonna disband with this song if they didn't win a music show, and then they won a music show. So
thankfully,
great for them.
Pretty much,
honestly. But it was a real close call.
Yes, we do continue the fact it does kind of continue the second gen trend of only having really your like core members holding down the group.
Yeah.
And then Sungyul who gets one line.
Sungyul with the iconic "Do you hear me?" and
Do
that's
you
it.
hear me?
He says it like twice in the
back.
song, and that's it. That's it.
And then walk to the back.
And Sungjung's like not much better. He has I think about double the amount of lines as Sungyul.
It's not great. I think the rappers get more vocal parts
They
than
do. They do
those
for
two
sure.
in this song.
Infinite a little less worse at that than Teen Top, but because at least with Infinite, it's pretty evenly Woohyun, Sungyu split, and then like Dongwoo and Hoya are in there.
And then L has to be there because
L's
he's the
face
boy of this era.
Group, so he's in there. So
still don't understand how that happened.
I know, but if you look at Sungyul and Sungjung, Sungyu and Sungjung are also there. So
they are present.
They are also a part of this group.
Somehow they're all doing stuff.
It's a good time. The dance is great as usual. I think in retrospect, I do really like the song.
It's really good.
I think Infinite just has so many other songs.
Yeah, they have.
I'm like, I don't know if I would put it up the height.
They have
the
more
next
songs,
year they would release probably their most iconic song.
One of the best songs.
One of the best songs ever in K-pop. So like, it's hard to.
But like, I don't even think this is in my top 5.
It's not for me. It's like this is their most iconic song for sure. This is the Infinite song that most people know. Yeah, and it's good. It's a fun song, but it's like I have other favorite Infinite songs.
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
This is up there for me, I'd say, as a popular
if you want the
song.
most, what I think is the most underrated Infinite title track, just as a side note, it's Last Romeo. I listened to Last Romeo like 2 days ago.
I love Last Romeo.
No one fucking remembers Last Romeo.
The 2014 Infinite songs are
that
so
album.
good.
I love that album.
That Last Romeo repackage is like one of my favorite K-pop albums ever. It's so good.
It's very good.
Yeah,
It's so good.
But I will say, underrated banger because no one remembers Last Romeo.
Last Romeo was great.
Mine is the I Infinite, like famously one of my favorite Infinite songs, but also very forgotten about as well.
Very forgotten about because it is like
that was towards the end.
It's like the last.
That's like the last real.
That's
the last real Infinite song for sure, because that's the last one with Hoya.
Oh, and Hoya, as you'll see in Be Mine, Hoya also holding down that group a lot.
Oh yes,
in throughout it's all the eras.
Yep.
I miss Hoya.
I do too. Yeah. I think he's
Where is Hoya?
He's around. He's just
generally speaking.
He like assigned a contract with that
oh yeah, with Street Man Fighter.
With a Street Man Fighter like group he was in, and so I think he just does stuff there now.
Good for him.
Which is fair. He was big at being a dancer, so like that makes sense.
I did make music for a while and then stopped doing that.
But I do think that's why he left Infinite, because I think that was he just wanted a different career path, and that's like fine. But he is mainly doing dance related things now.
Yeah.
But anyway, that has been 2011 in K-pop.
Yay.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
That was fun.
Very fun. We we'll have a time with the worst of the year next week.
Oh boy.
That's gonna be interesting discussion.
We're getting to like the really in the deep cut territory for some
questionable
of the,
eras.
Like really questionable stuff going on with music in this era. But anyway, that's really it. We are available on all major podcasting platforms like Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We also have a YouTube channel where we post all of our episodes, along with fun clip videos occasionally as well. And with that, we will see you all in the next episode. Bye!
Bye!
Bye!